Hi guys, this is Ratchet Straw, and we are playing Criminal Case Exotic Blast, and we are going to case number 53, and it's the next to last case in Ivory Hill, family affair, and that looks like Leopold Rochester. There's been one shocking revelation after another since arriving in Ivory Hill, Katria. Do you mean revelations of a personal nature, Maddie? Because I couldn't be more delighted you agreed to marry me, and we are having a baby. How sweet, Charlie. Those are indeed good tidings. But I was referring to the troubling developments surrounding the Rochester family. It was only through Senator Malcolm Rochester's removal from office that we plotted his bill to abolish free press. And now that the police commissioner has been fired, the Rochesters have lost a powerful ally. Which hopefully means we thwarted their plans to establish and govern the Rochester Republic. Of course, who knows what else the Rochesters have planned, not to mention the matter of Eleanor Halstead's release. Speaking of Rochesters, Katia, there are reports of a body found at the Rochester Memorial. Another murder connected to the Rochesters? We've no time to lose, Katia. Let's proceed to the Rochester Memorial at once. Oh, you're going to join me, Maddie. Okay. Yeah, that's Leopold's monocle getting destroyed. Okay. It's a memorial. And we found that, how does it call, a model of the city on which it said God your ancestral land, and this guy right here is your ancestor, right? Yeah, it's a Leopold. Yeah, he also had a walking stick with him all the time. That's right, wig there, the body. It's Leopold Rochester. It's obvious Mr. Rochester was murdered, stabbed in the chest with that knife. Plus, this morning stickers, I think I'm going to be ill. I'm fine, Katia, I just need a moment to compose myself. Leopold Rochester was such a kind man. Who could have wanted him dead? And yeah, he was the only kind man in this creepy family. I cannot help noticing the irony. A Rochester patriarch found murder at the family's memorial. I see you unearthed some clues, Katia. The monocle was lying next to the victim. It must have belonged to Leopold, broken during the murder. Taking a sample of that color substance may offer up a solid lead on his killer. But who could that key belong to? Let's cross-check the monogram with the archives. We might have ourselves a witness. It cannot be coincidence that a high-profile Rochester is murdered when the family is embroiled in political scandal and intrigue. We must get to the bottom of this. Are we going to get a familiar face when we identify whose walking stick is this? Because do we remember that somebody had a walking stick with him? Well, I think Leopold had a walking stick, and that it belongs to him, but it's not a family monogram, so it's going to be somebody else, but I can't remember who else has a cane. Let's first identify whose cane is this. MR initials. Who has MR initials? I don't know. I can't recall who has these initials. It doesn't look familiar, that symbol to me. Malcolm's! Oh, so it was a Rochester's. Could they escape the loss of Malcolm Rochester? The disgraced former senator was at the crime scene? The information Leopold gave us is what got Malcolm removed from office. If anyone has a motive for murder, it's him. Let's interrogate Malcolm Rochester at once. Oh yeah, but we didn't tell him where did we get the information about his, you know. We didn't say anything. I just hope Leopold kept silent. Katia, let's rush that college house to collect from Leopold Rochester's monocle to Viola. Okay. Let's go talk to Malcolm. You're not a senator anymore, so I can call you Malcolm, or maybe Mr. Rochester. Katia, what is it now? You already got your pound of flesh destroyed by career. You only have yourself to blame for that, Mr. Rochester. How we investigate the murder of your uncle Leopold. Leopold is dead? Good heavens, I had no idea. Then how did your cane end up at the Rochester Memorial? The memorial? It should come as no surprise I was there. I'm a Rochester after all. I find therapeutic strolling amongst the family monuments, smoking by a Japanese pipe. I was barely pondering my future, but know nothing of any murder. He is rather suspicious given the information your uncle provided led to your removal from office. Nonsense! I have nothing to hide. Ask me anything. Search the family summer house if you want. Very well, Mr. Rochester. To the family home we shall proceed. Let us wait, Katia. Well, he gave us a clue, so... Well, if he is a killer, he wouldn't do that, so... Thanks for the clue, dude. Okay, let's investigate. What, you also have a summer house? Okay, let's just investigate it. Oh, you have a nice view from here. Very nice. Our journey to the Rochester's cottage wasn't in vain, Katia. The briefcase belonged to Leopold Rochester. Let's take a look inside. And that damaged painting piqued my curiosity too. Let's reassemble those pieces post haste. Okay. Alright, let's first restore this painting. Is that Lady Highmore? Yeah, it looks like her. Wow, this is a portrait of Lady Highmore, Katria. What's this painting doing here in the Rochester home? Lady Highmore always spoke highly of Leopold Rochester. Perhaps she was a family friend. I agree, let's pay a visit to her estate. Well, yeah, Leopold was the only normal guy in this creepy family. So... Okay, let's now open the briefcase. Do I need to open it first? Yeah. Or more precisely, unlock it first. Now we have the victim's briefcase open, Katia, let's take a gander inside. Or gander, I don't know how it pronounces. Okay, let's search through this briefcase. Let's see what were you doing before you died. What's that? Bernadine Rochester. Oh! Is that an invitation you found in the victim's briefcase, Katria? It appears Leopold Rochester was planning to attend an embroidery exhibition staged by Bernadine Rochester. Bernadine Rochester? The chief won't be happy his lady love is mixed up in another murder investigation. Well, yeah, he was mixed once in another case earlier, but here she comes second time. But Leopold's niece, Bernadine should be able to tell us more about the victim. Let's talk to her. Okay. Just hope the chief doesn't find that out, that we have her as a suspect, again. Okay, let's go talk to Lady Highmore. Madeline, my dear girl, such a wonderful news that you and your gentleman friend are engaged. This calls for champagne. I'd love to, Lady Highmore, but I'm afraid I must decline in light of other recent developments. Say no more, I understand entirely. Let it never be said that Minerva Highmore is a gossip. What brings you here? We found this painting of you at the Rochester's cottage. Leopold... Good gracious, that old thing. Leopold had his friend painted years ago. A French artist by the name of Cézanne, I believe. Leopold and I have long been friends. I am much closer to him than anyone in the Rochester family. I'm afraid Leopold is the reason Inspector Tia is here, Lady Highmore. I'm sorry to say he's been murdered. What? Who would harm such a gentle soul? That's what we're working to find out. Is there anything you can tell us about Leopold's recent activities? I'm afraid not, Inspector Tia. This is most terrible news. I must lie down. Okay, we'll leave you to it. Okay, I like you so much. Don't turn out to be the killer. Inspector Tia, I'm terribly busy. I have an embroidery exhibition to organize and I cannot disappoint my invited guests. We are here about one of your invited guests, Miss Rochester. I'm afraid your uncle Leopold has been murdered. Uncle Leopold is dead? How could this happen? We're sorry for your loss, Miss Rochester. When did you last see Leopold? Just yesterday, in fact. He seemed uncharacteristically preoccupied. But then again, everyone in the family has been rather edgy of late. I cannot bear this, Inspector Tia. Leopold was the best uncle in the world. Another murder so soon after poor Archie's death. Is this family cursed? Well, it is cursed with the plans to take over the Concordia. That's why it's cursed. Let's now see how did Leopold die. First, it was Clarissa Rochester on my table, Katia, then Patricia, then Archie, and now poor Leopold. If that family isn't careful, there won't be any Rochesters left. They do have a propensity for landing in hot water, Richard. Now, is there anything you can tell us about the murder? Obviously, that knife was a murder weapon. Actually, the murder weapon stuck in the victim's chest isn't a knife at all. It's a letter opener. The girl unfortunately wiped the opener's handle clean, but the object itself is a clue. I found this sorry about this. I found this Concordia University emblem on the plate. It's a memento given to the college graduates. I confirmed with the university's archives Leopold Rochester studied at a college overseas, meaning his hero is a Concordia University graduate. The convent will regret graduating the murder once he had it in custody, Katia. Okay. So you're at the Concordia University, and who would that be then? Okay, now this purple substance. I'm saddened by the death of my uncle Katia. I better reconnected with him. We keep forgetting Viola. As Horatia's daughter, Leopold was your family too. Sorry for your loss. Thank you, Katria. Strangely enough, all of this makes the substance you found on Leopold's monocle somehow fitting. The residue in question is morphia, a natural opiate derivative. In this liquid form, the drug is used to treat depression. You say you found antidepressant medication on Leopold Rochester's monocle? You did. However, having checked with Richard, there were no traces of the drug in Leopold's system, meaning the residue was left behind by his killer. Goddamn, the killer's woes are only going to multiply with you in the case. You're gonna get more sad once you go to prison. People of Concordia are about to mourn the tragic death of Leopold Rochester, Katria. Unlike most of his family, he was a man of integrity, the driving force behind many positive ventures like the World Exhibition. Is this murder so soon after Archie is connected to the Rochester's political ambitions, or did some personal conflict lead to his demise? Thus far, everyone has been singing Leopold's praises. Both Bernadine, his niece, and Lady Highmore, a lifelong friend, are grief-stricken by the news. Sorry about that. Well, Malcolm says he has nothing to hide. It's hard to believe, given that it was the victim who tipped us off to the former senator's scandalous behavior. Sorry to interrupt, Thea, but there's something you'll want to see. I found a secret library hidden in the Rochester cottage. A secret library? Please. I'm saying it because why would you have a secret library? Well, okay, we're gonna stop here. We're gonna continue playing in chapter 2. So, thank you for watching. Look if you liked this video, and I'll see you again. Goodbye!